Hello, all. Sorry to be the host of this podcast, and welcome. It's been it's been nearly 3 weeks since my last podcast, officially, technically, sort of. Never mind. Sorry about that. I was working on some other projects that I'm happy to say I got a little farther on, but no time for small chat because I got quite this show for you today. I also have an update that I will have linked somewhere right here. Um, I'll get that up ASAP because a few things have happened that I feel are awesome and will not be in this episode. Maybe next episode, but I know how impatient you people can be. YouTubers. So check that out. I want to have that out by yesteryear. That's how much I want it out. First off, want to apologize a little bit to a couple of people. Actually, first the audience, because I was supposed to have this out yesterday, actually a couple of days ago, but the deadline was Saturday midnight, because that way I can stay within that week. But hey, it's a work week now, so I'm technically within the boundaries. That's not making it any better. Anyways, I was having problems with my camera capturing the audio. Turns out I didn't have the box that was labeled capture the audio checked. Another person I want to apologize to is Professor C for not getting those audition files in. I had some personal as well as business oriented issues to deal with, but once I get a free thought, I'll be working on that just as it's humanly possible to. And DConaInstrumentals or Detective Conan Instrumentals, if you get the chance, leave a preferred pronunciation for me in the comments. Thanks. I haven't heard back from the lady that I suggested to you, but I sent her a message Wednesday last week, and I expect to hear from her. And if I get a little crafty, I might be able to get someone else. No promises. I got three possibles, but they are all busy. But I will do my best to get them. However, if any of you would like to sing the intro and or outro to our fan dubs theme songs, contact Detective Conan Instrumentals at detectiveconan060 at gmail.com. Okay, now I got rid of those dang tacos. This ep will be about the fan dub, and we got a fairly large amount of things to talk about this episode, so let's just dive right in. The status of the fan dub right now is in a bit of a hiatus stage right now. Reason being is that no one, not me anyhow, expected how many people would try out for Richard, which isn't many. I think gotten some tryouts for him, just nothing that's really sticking. I mean, let's face it, Richard's a little Richard. But I always liked him, and I'm sure a lot of you do too. So if you know anyone that could audition for De role, or if you want to shake the dice yourself, email Professor C. Case closed, 1992 at live.com. For the future, though, I am not sure who's been cast off record, but in response to that, Detective Simone, Detective Wilder's love interest, needs to be cast, and the Junior Detective League boys needs to be cast as well. That's Mitch and George. But let's just run through all the voices that have been cast real quick. Jimmy will be voiced by Chris. Rachel will be voiced by Savannah or Eat Drink Anime. Conan will be voiced by, forgive my pronunciation, Kaoru0423 Akashi. Wilder, Cameron. Patrick, McGuire and Harley Hartwell. And Jin will be voiced by Professor C, where Vodka will be voiced by DBZ Hakusho. Honestly, though, I don't think Vodka is cool enough to have that code name. That's just my opinion. Alright, let's get this BEP review underway. Chris will be the first Vic at first. He'll be the first in the lineup. Chris has been, I'm told, getting a lot of feedback, but what's my opinion? Because that's the only important one. I'm just joking. Chris seems to be a great guy for the role, and the only things I consider a critic's target is, well, all the voice actors will be needing some polish on their roles, so I'm sure Chris will be fine. I am a little concerned with this mic, not that I should be talking, but if you can get your hands on a better mic, don't mind me though, I'm just a mild perfectionist. And now for Savannah. This is where I get to feel like a critic. I'm gonna start things right off with a bang. As soon as I heard, the second I heard that she'd be trying out for Rachel, she actually told me this personally. I was like, really? And I mean that in the most loving way. She knows I love her. But to be honest, I was skeptical. I was a little skeptical. Someone actually commented on Facebook that she'd be better for Serena. Nah. Well, I don't know. And no. But I'm thinking she'll be fine. She got the role. Still pretty skeptical at this point. Then her audition was finally uploaded, and I can see why she was picked. And I was so happy for her. Way to go, Tiger. But the second or third time I listened to the audition, I thought if this was the actual role of Rachel, eh, but for a fan dub, I mean, Professor C said it. We're no match for the original voice actors, American or Japanese. We can only do what we can, and I can say I'm in approval for her voice of Rachel. Her Amy, however, was excellent, very nice. I liked it right away and thought she should work for Funimation. Like, if the original voice actress for Amy Eager died suddenly at the hands of a charming Filipino man that has a podcast. I'm just joking. Next up is Conan. Let's just shorten this to Kaoru. Gee, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. His Conan, or her Conan. This person's Conan is pretty good. Tad skeptical, but it'll work for sure. I think it will. Sounds a little too girly, but if you could just change it slightly, just overall though, I did like it a lot. Very nice. We got Patrick, a little Casanova over here, thinking he can take on not one, but two roles. I was among the crowd of approval in his Harley Hartwell right away, because hey, it was a pretty good audition. Can't wait to see the chemistry he and Chris will have. Speaking of which, I can't wait to see who's voicing Kirsten, or Kazuha in Japan. That'll be interesting. As for McGuire, not a whole lot of people were, not a whole lot of people liked it as much as his Hartwell. Maybe a little polished, but I actually have no criticism for you, dude. Like I said, it's a fan dub, and you're pretty good, so congratulations. Last two roles, because the Wilder audio clip hasn't been uploaded yet. Cameron, you're on my line of fire. Gin and Vodka being played by two familiar names, Professor C as Gin and Vodka as Austin, or as many of you know him better as DBZ Hakusho 2011. And again, I gotta be honest here, I'm not that ecstatic about Professor C's Gin. No offense, man, it just didn't strike me as Gin. Uh, but even you said you need to work on it some more, and I'm looking forward to it. And I got one question for Austin. Is your voice gonna be okay doing that? Thank goodness Vodka doesn't show up all the time, I mean. Um, um, hmm. it's not bad. I can totally see why you were picked, and but I am a little creeped out by your vodka. Just and again, guys, you will all be needing your spit shines, but after that, production has started on the fan dub that was announced on the Save Case Closed Facebook, linked on Schmoogly Boogly, and as soon as we get a voice for Richard, we can start pushing out episodes. Want to mention this one more time? Philippe, forgive my pronunciation if it's wrong. For you guys, Detective Conan Instrumentals needs someone to dub the songs. He's got the lyrics for Truth by Tumix, and Still for Your Love still needs some lyrics. So I don't know if you want someone to dub the lyrics, or if you can, contact him. I'm sure that'd be cool. And if you're just interested in singing the song, again, contact him and let him know of your existence. That way he can send you the lyrics for at least the first song. Okay, final note here. I have been uh, here trying to work behind the scenes, speaking to you as the president of Baby Eagle Productions and not so much as a podcaster. I'm trying to pump some blood into my YouTube channel separately from the campaign, separately. So, and I'm also working on my podcast, looking to step it up a bit. I might talk about that next week or the next. I have some upcoming firsts for BEP podcast, and I cannot wait to hit the upload button on that. Professor C is aware of what I'm doing, mostly. So I think this has been a long enough episode. Can't wait to see how long it really is, because it feels like a minimum of 10 minutes by looking at the script, but a real estimate can't be made until I record everything and check out how much content I actually have to edit out. This has been the BP podcast. Don't forget to check out the red link on top, or the blue or green, and also check our Facebooks and Twitters. They will also be in the Schmoogly Boogly. And I will see you next week, unless that friggin' media. It was just a gorilla that fell from the sky. Silly me. Oh, silly me.